What is going on, everybody? What is going on, Catch fam? Hope everyone's doing phenomenal tonight, man. I hope everyone is having a great Thursday. You guys already know what time it is, baby. Another live 2022 fantasy football mock draft with you guys, with the Catch fam. We got Steven in the building, aka Lord Dickhead, aka Steven MF Scott. What is up, man?
Nothing much, man. The hair's receding more and more every day. The head's getting bigger. I was DMing one of the Catch fam earlier today. I was DMing Jerry. Told him to pop through tonight. He was sitting by the beach the other day, so I was commenting on his beach pics. So, just excited for today. Excited for the drafting. Excited to get into it tonight.
Shout out to Jerry.
Absolutely.
What's up, Jerry? Wherever you are.
Jerrizzle.
Man, it's I'm trying to count. We've got I think 6 weeks or 7 weeks left till NFL kickoff. Can you believe that?
I think a couple of days ago, for the first time, I really started thinking about how really, really, really soon it was actually coming about. Like you kind of start really thinking about August, it's basically like everything, everything's gonna be full swing. Preseason's gonna be right around the corner, kicking into swing as well, and then you got the first week of football coming and going, and it's gonna be here, man. And I tell you what, to a certain extent, I'm saying man, that happened fast, and to a larger extent, I'm saying it happened too slow. I've been waiting for this for a long fucking time, man. And now that I've had to wait for out basketball, I hate baseball. I'm not a big baseball guy. I mean, I think I'd rather watch live karate lessons or taekwondo. Taekwondo is pretty impressive too, jiu-jitsu. But man, I need some football back in my life, man. I need some football back in my life.
I'm pumped, man. I mean, we'll have preseason football next month.
I know.
It's wild.
I love preseason too, man. Dude, that is the best time to pick fantasy sleepers, bro.
It's important for fantasy for sure.
You see these guys who make 2 catches, and you're like, yo, this dude is gonna be the next breakout superstar. That's where Odell Beckham shined, Victor Cruz shined,
Pat Freiermuth.
Pat Freiermuth, that's right.
That's last off
you found your boyfriend, Pat Freiermuth. That's right. Yeah. Trying to think about who else was a nice preseason stud last year. Any that come to mind?
Well, Najee Harris played really well in the preseason, which that helps solidify him in the top.
Yeah.
But Jamar Chase, the opposite kind of.
That's right. Yeah. He was saying that the football lines were too different from college football, and it was taking him a long time to get adjusted and antiquated to it. I forgot about it.
You still drafted him, man.
Yeah, but luckily he said that dumbass comment because he slid back 4 rounds, and I got him at the end of the draft base.
That was your steal of the draft, no doubt, man.
Yeah, for sure, man.
All right, so let's see here. Let me go ahead and set the draft order. We're just waiting on Albert and Derek. I'll give them a shout on Discord in just a second here if I don't see a green dot. Let's see where everyone's drafting from tonight. Let's go. Steven and I are not next to each other. That's good.
Dude, I saw, wasn't it last week when so scheduling happened and I wasn't able to be there at the same time as you, and then I was second pick, right? I missed out on
second or third. Yeah.
I missed out on that. I checked that shit out, and I was like, "Oh, come on, man!" I was
Spence,
that's where I thrive. Yeah, Spence picked for me. We broke that down. You and I, we were talking about it. He got Tyler Lockett in there. Tyler Lockett.
Yeah, it did go to auto pick after the 8th round by accident. Then
it's all good.
Yeah, this was kind of random. All right, look at all the green dots. All right, we'll kick this thing off in just a minute or two. Just waiting on Albert. It's the only person I haven't seen yet. So let's see who's in the building here. JMH in the building. Hey, yo.
JMH. What's up, yo? What is up? What's shaking?
Andrea in the house. What's up? What's up? J-Dub's in the building. What's up, fellas? What's up, man? Emil, hello. Sir Barkley, what's going on? Appreciate you guys being here tonight. What's up, everyone? Little bunny hop. Chase Brown, what up? Smokey the Cat, what's up, my guy? Derek, what up? Super random question. How do I get my name blue like some other people? I can fix that for you. There you go, Chase.
Oh, you gave him the blue?
He got a wrench.
He got the
Got a
wrench.
wrench.
He got the wrench.
Yeah, that just means you're a moderator for the channel. So nothing too wild. Ever since I made that edit to where only subscribers can hop in the chat, we've had a lot less bots and
dude, remember when we used to get those so bad? Like when we first started, bro, it was so bad.
But hey,
it was so whack.
Oh yeah, it is. But Wrench Gang is out here taking care of things.
Wrench.
All right, if you guys are ready, everyone's here. I've seen everyone pop in. So Michael's got the first pick. If you're good to go, man, we're going to kick this thing off. 30 seconds per pick. So be on your toes, boys and girls. And let's get ready to kick off another live 2022 Fantasy Football Mock Draft with the Catch family. I'm pumped for this one, man. I'm at 1.7 right smack dab in the middle.
It's a nice spot.
Let's get this thing going. Let's start this draft. All right. Let's go. We're underway. Chase is Steven looking good as usual. Steven,
let's get it, Chase. Thank you, my man. I like it.
Little Bunny Hop says, let's get it. Andrew's in the house. Let's go, man. Let's go. JT goes at 1.1. CMC gone at 1.2.
Ooh, I like
Eckler
that.
Gone. Whatever Steven's going at 1.5.
Yeah.
So I'm going to throw a poll in the chat.
Tasty treats right here. Some tasty treats
here. Steven rambling. So really the only news that I saw today in terms of, I don't know if it's really fantasy news, but more NFL news is that it looks like Mike Gesicki and Dalton Schultz, both at the tight end position, Dolphins, Cowboys, respective teams, are not expected to sign a long-term deal by their deadline. Both are going to play. I think Gesicki is planning on playing on the franchise tag. I think Schultz might potentially hold out and see what he can get done. So there's the only update I really saw.
What's the depth on? Is the number 2 still Jarwin?
I think Jarwin's gone. I'll check in a second after this selection. But I mean, I think at the end of the day, by the time the season starts, Schultz is going to be in the mix.
Yeah, I mean, dude, such an attractive option too at the tight end spot with Dak Prescott. Yeah, great pick right there with Cooper Kupp, man. I was very close to taking him.
Well, I usually want to go running back in the first round, but
dude, you might if you go receiver in the first round with this one, the way those first 5 picks went. Although there's a little bit of receiver run happening now, but
Catch Fam always goes RB heavy.
I know the RBs are always like totally dead by like the 5th round.
Our J-Dub says, let's get weird. Little Bunny Hop says Schultz and Jake Ferguson. That's right. It's Jake Ferguson is the tight end 2 for Dallas. That's right.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah. Basically, you've got Dalton Schultz.
Yeah.
All right, so like Steven said, little run at receiver there in the mid of the first at 1.6, 1.7, 1.8. We saw J.J. Cup chase off the board. Dalvin Cook goes to Falcons Fury. Chase Brown goes to Joe Mixon. Foster's goes Adams. J-Dubs ends the first round with DeAndre Swift. Starts the second with Aaron Jones. And we got our first tight end off the board, and Travis Kelce at 2.2. Chase back on the clock goes Lenny Fournette.
Ooh, I like that Fournette. He's going to be so nice next year, bro. I really like Fournette next year.
100%.
Yeah, man. I think he's going to be fantastic. And, dude, like, just think about that. Like, when he was in Jacksonville and there was, like, a time period where we were like, wow, this guy coming out of LSU, everybody thought he was going to be, like, freaking crazy. And then he had a good rookie year, right? And then it was like, boom, he's a bust, right? And then total resurgence.
Well, really, it's just a pattern, right? I mean, boom, injury, boom, injury, and then question mark, right?
I think he's going to be solid next year. And, I mean...
I'm all for Fournette. That's my guy.
Yeah, and I really like the fact that I think... I will say this, man. I am starting to get a little bit down on Tom Brady next year, though.
Oh, come on.
No, I'm being serious. I really think that they're going to do a little bit of a shifted focus in the offense approach next year. I think they're going to take more of a run-heavy philosophy. I mean, obviously it's still Tom Brady, but I'm just not too sure that this offense is as well positioned to be a onslaught type of passing attack next year.
Why?
I think. Hold on one second. Let me make my pick before
Oh,
you
sorry.
confuse me. Yeah.
That's what I was trying to do. Just pick Barkley, bro. That's your guy. Double running back. Come on, it's over.
Wow, that would never be something I would ever do. Damn,
I like that pick.
I hate that pick.
I like
I mean, I wouldn't make that selection because I'm very scared of Alvin Kamara, but I just need to prepare for it now that I have him. Let's assume he's got a 6-game suspension, even though it might not happen until next year, which would be great.
Let's good practice. Now you know the feeling of having
dude, 32nd picks, bro, are fucking nuts, bro.
Yeah, they're not good for you. They're not good for you.
They're really bad, dude. They're really bad for talkers, bro. But what was I gonna say? So
Tom Brady.
Yeah, Tom Brady. But I also feel like the fact that this offense did have more weapons at hand, and I feel like with Bruce Arians, like he was a passing raid type of coach, and now they're bringing in a more defensive coach type of mindset. I think that they've already said out loud that they want to make the running game a little bit more of a focus. Tom Brady, obviously, I mean, it's not. I'm not saying oh, Tom Brady's old, because I don't think that matters. It's just that a lot of his points, I feel do come from the touchdowns. And outside of Mike Evans, I'm not too sure we're going to see that many weapons be able to make a real difference. And this division's going to be tough defensively. The New Orleans Saints secondary is really good. Their defense is really good.
You're on the clock, Steve.
Shit.
I just want to be sure you know. Hey, go triple running.
Actually, wow, I really like that Zeke Elliott pick there. I'm very happy.
Now you have no reason to worry about Kamara.
Yeah, now I'm very straight. I'm very good.
Yeah.
I didn't know if I was going to be able to land Zeke there. Would you have grabbed him?
No, I was going receiver this round no matter what.
Okay.
Trying to stick to that strat. But
okay.
I think Brady will be just fine, man. I do. I mean, listen.
You're getting him in what, the 10th or something like that anyways?
He's still falling. His ADP has not moved up. Listen, he's going to regress from last season. Last season was one of his best seasons of all time.
No, but that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying he's going to be terrible. I'm just saying he's not going to be
5,300 passes.
Yeah, that's okay. That's my point. I'm a little bit down on him in the sense that I think that we're getting more quarterbacks that are going to jump into the top 12 that weren't there last year, like a Russell Wilson. I obviously am hype on a guy like Trey Lance to maybe jump in there. I think Jalen Hurts is still going to be in the mix. So, you've got all those other guys that are going to be competitive for that top 12, and I get it, but I do think Tom Brady's going to take a step back, at least outside of the top 5. I think we can agree on that he's not a top 5 quarterback next year.
I don't have him in my top 5. That's
you had him right outside of that, right? You had 5.
Right outside. I think at number 8 after Hurts and Burrow. And I won't. This whole time I said it. I won't be surprised if Brady finishes in the top 5. I won't be surprised if he finishes right outside of it. But I won't be surprised if he finishes in the top 5.
But you're not going to draft him as a top 5 quarterback, right? You're not going to take him in the 7th round, because then you're kind of assuming that he's going to return the value that he did last year, right? Don't you think?
I don't hate him in the 7th round. I haven't the where he's getting drafted hasn't been the area of a fantasy draft where I need a quarterback.
Yeah.
So he just hasn't landed really in a lot of my mock drafts. But
would you rather take a guy? I'm going to give you 2 alternatives just in the off chance that you had these 2 opportunities to pick these guys. Okay. Would you rather have Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers?
Here's an interesting stat for you.
Because that's kind of tough, bro.
And Aaron Rodgers' entire career in seasons where he's played 15 or more games, all 11 of those seasons, he's finished as a top 10 fantasy quarterback.
I know.
And weird. I'm sure that Brady has somewhat of a similar statistic. I'm not worried about. Oh man, I think I'm inclined to go Brady because I think he still has more weapons. Because I like Russell Gage a lot. I'm a little worried about the tight end position. I don't know if I'm as high on Cameron Brate as some other people are.
Yeah, I'm a little worried too.
I like the run. I think the run game. I think him and Fournette have good chemistry. I think Wakad White is a nice backup, rookie as well. I think when Godwin comes back healthy, Godwin, Gage, and Mike Evans going to be really interesting. And then when you look at the Packers, I think they have pieces to get it done, especially at the back in the running back position. But I just don't feel as confident in those specific weapons. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Gosh, I gotta go AJ Dillon here. You guys, we just draft so running back heavy.
Ooh, this is the first draft I get to target my boy.
Uh-oh.
My boy. Do you know who I'm going after here? Receiver position.
Well, let me take a look. You got
my boy.
Waddle.
No. Come on, think about it, bro. We talked about him. Me and you.
DJ Moore.
My boy.
Nice.
My boy.
All right, let's take a quick timeout. So Albert's in the house. Let's go, my guy. J-Dub says Fournette will definitely see more touches, though, with Gronk and Godwin out at the beginning of the year. That's fair. That's definitely a good point. Andrea says she's drafting Tom Brady. Let's see. The poll so far is 60% Stafford, 40% Brady with 5 votes. Little Buddy Hop, and actually now 6 votes is 50-50. It's not like there's much for risk taking. Brady's going to have a great year. Yeah, and I agree with that. And especially, like, if you're going for 2 quarterbacks in a redraft format, like, if you want to take a guy like a Kyler Murray or a Jalen Hurts, Lamar Jackson with that rushing upside, who maybe has some injury concerns because of that rushing upside, then Brady's a really nice QB2 to target later on, right? So, I don't know. I think Brady right now is still sitting at a fat discount. It's going to be interesting.
What do you think about like a nice pairing? I mean, I don't think you would hate this, obviously, based off of what you just said, but because I feel like this is something you could easily do if you were targeting 2 quarterbacks, Trey Lance and Tom Brady.
I don't mind that at all. Yeah.
Like, I feel like that's a really solid strategy of like having a clear, like upside guy like Trey Lance who could easily be a top 8 quarterback if things go his way. But then you've got a guy like Tom Brady who, like, at minimum, I think is going to be top 12, probably top 15.
Yeah, I like that pairing a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, I like Trey Lance with, like, any of
those stable guys.
Yeah, like anyone that you're confident in having a good season.
Right? I definitely think I'm going to make sure I find a way to get him on my team next year.
I feel like Lance is he's been your boy since like last offseason.
He's been my boy for a while, bro. Like,
that's
too long.
All right, so second round, Jones, Kelsey, Fournette, Diggs, Lamb, Chubb, Connor, Kamara, Andrews, Barkley, Javonte, and Mike Evans. Third round, we had Monty, Hill, Etienne, Debo, Zeke, Jacobs, Allen, Hall, Brown, Gibson, Josh Allen, Kyle Pitts. I got to make a draft selection. Stick to my strat pretty hard tonight. All right, into the fourth, we had Akers, Scary Terry, Pittman, Higgins, Mitchell, Dillon, Mike Williams, DJ Moore, Deontay Johnson, Dobbins, Walker, Waddle. Now in the fifth round, 2 tight ends so far, Schultz and Waller, and all receivers outside of that, Metcalf, Robinson, Sutton, Cooks, Hollywood, Brown. We got Derek on the clock at 5.8. Go CEH, first running back here in the fifth round. And hey, shout out, by the way, shout out to Falcons Fury, our new member of the Catch fam. On Instagram today, wanted to get it in the draft. So shout out to Luke. Appreciate you being here tonight, my guy.
Shout out Luke. Shout out Luke.
And appreciate everyone being here tonight, man. We got.
Well, hold on a second, real quick.
Yeah.
Please, is Falcon Fury a Falcon fan? Because if he is, baby, I gave a lot of respect to Marcus Mariota being a streamer candidate 1 week this season, yo.
I have a feeling it's like his respective football team that he plays on.
Okay, no, just like you, bro. You were a Falcon.
I was in 7th grade.
You were a Falcon, dude.
That's me.
Dude, shout out, man. Falcon pride, dude. What was that, man? Oh
7th grade.
Legend. Dog, don't act like you forget, dog. You got. You got.
I'll have to pull out the. I'll have to find some of the old football.
Acting like you don't have that hung up everywhere, bro.
I wish I did. I wish I did. All right, so Luke goes, Miles Sanders, Darnell Mooney goes. I love Mooney at 5.10. Jerry Judy got at 5.11. J Dubs will wrap up the fifth, take us into the sixth. Prey in the house, of course. Angry, who's drafting Stafford over Brady? Stafford told me so many times last year. What's up, Prey? What up, what up? Smokey says Steven's team is fired through 4 rounds, and I think through 5 as well. Rams have the most difficult schedule this season as well. Bucks definitely have more gimme games throughout the year. Yeah, I feel like they're going to have an easy route to the playoffs as well.
So you think that you don't think it's going to be tough for them?
I just feel like
with the Rams. Okay.
Well, no, for the Bucks, I feel like it'll be easy just because it's Tom Brady. They'll just pass it along. But the NFC is pretty light right now. We were talking about this in last night's stream. Favorites and everything, the AFC and NFC playoff favorites and everything. And the NFC is really interesting, man. Like the AFC is tough, but
the AFC is definitely loaded, dude.
It's loaded.
Damn, Justin Herbert.
Herbert and Mahomes.
Oh wow.
Quarterback in general took a while to get going. We hadn't seen anything since 3.1 all the way to 6.3. But go ahead, Steve.
Well, I was just gonna say. I mean, I still think there's probably a very good chance we're gonna see the Packers and the Bucks in the final 4 contenders within that NFC mix, right? Like in that divisional round, I guarantee you the Bucks and Packers are going to be there again. Even though I don't really think, it's just kind of crazy to me because I think both of those teams took a major step back. But I mean, like, I still really like the 49ers. I always believe in the 49ers. But I think that the Rams, the Bucks, and the Packers have a really good chance to just be right back in that mix.
I think the Rams have a strong shot at repeating, no doubt.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
No doubt. It's the NFC's kind of I don't know. I kind of like Philly a lot too. It's like a wild card team because I think their defense improved. I think they had a great draft. I think their offense improved. But I'm with you. I think the Niners, their system just works. But I really do think it'll probably be the Packers and Rams at the end of the day. We'll see. All right. Chase just couldn't pass up QB value in the 6. Yeah, it was getting to the point with me where I was not planning on going quarterback at all. But if Herbert's there at 6.6, I'm not passing him up. And then 12 No way. Marco, what's up, bro? Appreciate you subscribing to the channel, man. Just saw that. Welcome to the catch, fam. Hey, boys, can I hop on the next mock if there is one? There is no more tonight, but make sure to join our Discord. Link in the description down below. Completely free to do so. And we would love to get you in on a future subscriber mock draft. We hold them Sunday/Monday through Thursday nights. So we'll have plenty more coming up. Fridays and Saturdays we run Underdog drafts, and of course we'd love to have you at those as well. So appreciate you joining the catch, fam. Everyone give Marco and Luke's in the house. Clap hand for Luke and Marco. What's up, guys? Appreciate y'all being here. Welcome to the catch, fam. So Luke does say I've been a diehard Falcons fan. Have been my whole life. So I was wrong.
Let's go. Marcus Mariota bringing us a championship this year. Bringing us a championship, Marcus Mariota. Let's get it done. Hawaiian.
We got to get Luke's opinion here. How do you feel about Cordero Patterson? And then how do you feel about my boy, Tyler Algier, who I've been really, really high on in fantasy football going into 2022? Albert, who would you rather have in Dynasty, DJ Moore or Michael Pittman? Ooh.
That is interesting. I would rather have Michael Pittman.
I think I lean Pittman as well.
Yeah.
And you look at the quarterback play from a long standpoint, 3 to 5 year standpoint, it's kind of random for either guy. I don't know if Baker's going to start this year. I think he will, but at the same time, it is technically a competition out there. Sam Darnold, and then you think about the Colts. You got Matt Ryan this year, but how long is Matt Ryan going to play there? He's going to be the quarterback after him. So
the Colts are just going to keep bringing in guys,
recycling guys,
way past their prime.
They might have Sam Darnold
Oh my gosh, if we bring Sam Darnold. I remember there was a point where I was like fully endorsing
I
bringing Sam
remember that.
Darnold in. Yeah, I was fully ready for it.
Ah,
I can't act like that didn't happen. I
it
mean, there
happened.
was also a point where I was like texting people, telling them like how hype I was about Carson Wentz coming to the team. So, being a Colts fan, I have been through the thick and the thin of it. But yeah, I think Michael Pittman. The reason why I do like him is I think he's going to be the way the Colts have had kind of the receiver structure for the past like decade plus is they have like one alpha receiver. And then they've got another guy who they kind of groom up, right? Even with the
Alec
Marvin Harrison,
Harris.
Reggie Wayne, T.Y. Hilton, then Michael Pittman. And I think it's Pittman's time now. And I think it's going to be that for a while. And he's an alpha receiver, man. I mean, he's an absolute badass. And I think it's going to be him for a while. Matt Ryan's a hell of a quarterback, especially he can support a receiver one who really isn't going to be competing with anybody for other targets. I mean, you can,
I think I lean Pittman as well, but it's
yeah.
close.
I mean, DJ Moore, I think he's a better athlete for sure. I think he's way more explosive. I think the upside on him is much bigger, but I mean, dude, DJ Moore has had like the worst luck with quarterbacks like his whole career. Like, dude, like just awful luck. And he's on a terrible team. And I could imagine that Baker Mayfield is probably gonna not be on that team in 2 years, 3 years. They're probably gonna fire their entire coaching staff. So I'm not too optimistic on the Panthers.
And honestly, Pittman last season, wide receiver 17 PPR, 88 receptions, just over 1,000 receiving yards, 6 touchdowns. And then we look at DJ Moore, 93 receptions, just over 1,100 receiving yards, and 4 touchdowns. Like very, very, very similar numbers overall.
The touchdowns really have never come to DJ.
No, he's not a touchdown guy.
Yeah, and I'm not too sure Baker's going to change that, but I'm definitely high on DJ this year. Oh, I like your Dawson Knox pick there, brother.
Got to get my guy. Got to get my guy. There
Yeah,
goes Gooder. All right, Emil says 30 more subs. Almost there. It's wild.
we're close, man. We're very close to
Thank
the
you guys.
1K. All thanks to you guys.
Yeah, thank you guys so much, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. Albert, I'm a Colts fan, also actually a Peyton Manning fan. I can relate to that. Can relate to that heavy. Uh, got Peyton on the wall next to the catch logo behind me.
Have you ever met anybody who like hates Peyton? Like you'll like be like they're just like, oh no, man, that guy, he's a real piece of work. Like I feel like not liking Peyton Manning is almost like it's like says something about you. Like Peyton is awesome, dude. Like Peyton
Peyton's the
just
guy. He's the GOAT.
gosh.
He's the GOAT. I'll put it on Instagram on our story. Old clip of him throwing a block, like a super aggressive block, and it was
He's the man,
amazing.
dude. He's the man.
Yeah, he's the best. Yeah. So I can definitely relate to being a Peyton fan as a true bandwagoner who left the Colts for the Broncos myself.
Hey
All right,
man, you're gonna have Russell Wilson and all that fantasy success in Denver this year,
I
man.
know.
You
I,
getting
dude, I
involved
gotta
with
make a
that?
decision. I'm leaving. I'm no longer rooting for Washington unless they get rid of Dan Snyder, and I got
Good. Thank you, man. Thank you.
I've
Thank you.
I've got to decide on my team. I really need to.
I think you should just come back to the Colts, bro.
I think I should too,
Yeah.
but I also don't want to like be affiliated with you. So I'll
Is
go
that
with the
is that what it
Broncos.
is that what it is?
Yeah, it's probably.
You should pick a really like random ass team, dude. Like the
I thought about that. I thought about going with the team, just like starting from pure scraps, and I don't know, man. I don't know. I need to pick a team, but I have like a legit reason. We grew up Washington fans. We both had our non-Washington teams, and I just can't root. I think Washington's probably the worst organization in the league right now.
Them and the Raiders are having some troubles for sure over the past few years. But I definitely think Washington is they got the cake right now. And I don't think it's going to change for a while. I didn't hear about like all the details about this, but somebody was saying it to me the other day that Washington, like Dan Snyder held like an internal investigation within the team to see like what it would be like to be investigated by the feds or whatever, so that he could see if he could beat it or whatever.
He's
Like,
trying to right now.
it was something crazy, dude. Like, I was like, dude, who is this guy, man? Like, he's nuts.
He's a wild man. He's the worst.
I don't know how he like is still operating as the owner of this team, and it's a damn shame. And you know what else is a shame? Antonio Gibson. That's what's a shame. That's what's a shame. Man. Where'd he go in this draft? Where'd he go?
3.10. Chase says give me my guy all day.
Okay, that's a good pick. I like that pick. Good job, Chase. That's I'll take him there. Dude, I would have loved him in the fourth. But it's
underdog drafts. He's fallen to like the 7th and 8th rounds.
He should.
He's the best value in underdog drafts, hands down.
Yeah, if you can get him there, that's insane.
That's crazy. All right, Luke says Patterson and Tyler will get a really good workload. Going to be my first year seeing the Falcons without Matt Ryan. Going to be a new offense, a lot of run game. Plus, I love when they put CP out wide. I think they're both going to be a big part of our offense in their own way. I've heard so many things about your guys' opinion, but what are your guys' opinions on Mariota and Ritter? I think personally they're going to let Desmond Ritter sit. I don't think he's ready to play. I would love to see him play. Don't get me wrong. I like him a lot, but I just think they're going to give that some time. I think they're going to let Mariota start as long as they can.
Go ahead, John. I'll let you finish first.
I just think that they're going to pepper Drake London with targets. I think that Algier is going to have a really good rookie season. It might take him a couple weeks to come on, but I think he'll be just fine. I love him personally at his current ADP in fantasy. I think that Patty and Cheese is going to be heavily involved, but he'll definitely regress from what we saw last season. And I think that outside of that, Kyle Pitts is going to have a good chemistry with Marcus Mariota by the time the season starts. Mariota loves tight end position. So there will be some fantasy relevance within that team, but overall, it's going to be a rough couple of years for your boys, your dirty birds out there, Luke.
The dirty birds.
Yeah. But go ahead, Steve.
All right, let me do this pick, and then I'll jump back to that.
By the way, Luke, I really needed Stafford at 10.6, so good pick at 10.4. I end up with Carr here. That's my late round QB tonight, Derek Carr.
So what I was going to say about that Ritter-Mariota thing is, so I agree and disagree. I do think Ritter is going to get the job. I think that Ritter's going to get the job probably around the halfway mark of the season, if not a little bit earlier, because you got to think that, like, from a long-term perspective, like, Mariota is clearly not going to be a part of this organization, but Ritter, they need to know if he is going to be or not. And it's clear that the Falcons like aren't competing, right? But what they are doing is like they have like these two stud pieces to build around, right? Drake London and Kyle Pitts, who are like really phenomenal players, and they're going to be thrown into a situation where they're going to be like the entire offense, right? So I think that's going to be really good for their growth and really good for fantasy, like in terms of just being like stable ponies that you can rely on, at least in my sense. Like, I think like Kyle Pitts is going to be a guy that like, if you just need a guy to like, isn't going to stink you like a 0-point game or something, like, I don't think there's a chance you're going to get that out of Kyle Pitts. But Drake London, there's a good chance that he could be like that too. Like, I wouldn't be totally surprised, like, if Drake London has like outside of a top 24, yeah, but he could have a pretty good season, like as a rookie receiver. Just based off of target volume, and this guy literally catches every pass that's thrown to him. But then they also need to see what Ritter's going to do, and so I think Ritter could really become a guy that comes in there. He was pretty accurate in college. He was a good leader. I think he's going to definitely win over this Falcons locker room just for the leadership that he brought in college.
I hope he does. I just think that there's a strong possibility that they let him sit and learn. Although the way things are going is there a lot. Younger quarterbacks are not sitting as long as they used to. But I think it's kind of similar to what we saw out of Trey Lance last season. Although I think Lance probably a little bit more ahead coming into season, and Garoppolo a little bit more stable within that offense. So I don't know. I think Tyler Algier is going to be great. So I think that you're right. There's a good young core team to build around. So I think that they're in a good spot overall.
John,
in terms of a long-term outlook. Go ahead.
did you see that Jalen Tolbert for the Cowboys was going to be a starter?
Yes.
Pretty nuts, man.
Did see that.
That Cowboys receiving core is going to be very interesting next year. I mean, it's kind of weird. Like, I feel like people think they're going to be like a high passing volume offense, and Dak's healthier, so like we think, I think both of us are relatively high on Dak. I know I've at least said that I'm pretty high on Dak this year,
I like that. Sure.
but at the same time, like you got to think about it. Zeke and Tony Pollard are very core pieces there, and the receiving core is literally CeeDee Lamb and James Washington. Michael Gallup's gonna be injured for a while, and you got Jalen Tolbert. Like their receiving core is not what it used to be for sure. So, do you think they actually maybe don't pass it as much next season, and they maybe go back to the run game a little bit more, which really was a building block of their offense being so good in the past?
It's definitely possible, but I think that the offensive line is probably as inexperienced as it's ever been. So
definitely
worry
worse.
about
It's
that.
been a while.
It's definitely possible. Don't get me wrong.
I like Little Bunny Hop's prediction of James Washington. That's a nice one. That's a really nice prediction. I think that's probably the case too. Dude, I was so high on James Washington early in his career, bro. I would like toot that guy's horn, and then everybody would be like, yo, who the hell is that? And I'd be like, exactly, that's the point, man. Like, this guy should be somebody.
Chase says, I like Gibson. I think people are scared of his injuries. If he's injury-free, I'm all for him. I think it's injuries, fumbles, and then Ron Rivera saying that they want to run a committee. I mean, there's multiple angles, scary people, but I think he's a perfectly fine RB3 on a fantasy roster. And that if his ADP is going to allow us to draft him as an RB4, I'm all for that. All right, let me make a draft selection. It's just really, I'm in a weird spot in my draft right now where I'm just not crazy about like anybody hanging around.
Yeah.
So,
did Pierce already get taken?
I'm gonna go Ronald Jones.
That's a nice pick.
My running backs. I mean, I've got like 2 committees and Tyler Algier, Nick Chubb with some injury history. So I mean, looking at receivers, I only have 4 receivers, but especially with Kupp and Allen there, I'm a little bit more solidified at that position. When I picked Hunter Henry at 11.7, I just felt like he was the best available player. I felt like he was better than any available running back or receiver. So I just went ahead and
you love him too.
Well, yeah, I do. But I mean, at the same time, looking at the receivers and running backs available, I just wasn't crazy about anyone available. I really wanted Tyler Boyd or Tim Patrick at 11.7, and you would have ruined that for me. So,
bro, look what I just got auto picked on.
Dude, you got the stack. You got the 2 and a 2 Kaseki, bro.
Dude, oh my gosh, that was like the worst auto pick that's ever happened in my life. That actually is probably gonna. I mean, he's gonna be good next year, but still.
I hope so. Derek got an auto pick with Rodgers. I could have used Rodgers too, but it's okay, bro. I'm just sarcastic in the house. What's up? What's up, Albert? I think if they want to see Ritter's future, because they're going to have a top pick in next year's draft. That's probably a good point too.
They got some good quarterbacks coming out in the next draft too.
Michael, I don't know how I punted a 3rd running back somehow. You got JT Monty at least. You got both the handcuffs at least. Devin, no puppy tonight, but tomorrow night, Saturday night, we'll be running Underdog for sure.
John, did you hear? I think I heard somewhere that Chase Edmonds is starting to kind of take a nice cut out of this Dolphins backfield.
I like Edmonds.
You do?
And full PPR, maybe half PPR. I think he will be involved without a doubt. The way that I think that offense is going to be ran, I think he'll be involved without a doubt. And just at his ADP, when it's the end of the 7th round tonight in a 12-man draft, 7.11, I like that value. But taking him in a lot of underdog drafts, I would take at the right price. I would draft Chase Edmonds. He's the only Miami Dolphin running back I would draft, hands down.
So which did he go? What round did he go in our draft?
Right here, end of the 7th to Foster's 7.11.
Okay, nice.
7-11. I'm not really worried about Mostert or Sony Michel, but they're going to be used. Don't get me wrong. They're going to be used. But I like Edmonds a lot in full PPR right now. Little Bunny up, picking up Watkins for the respect. I like it. J-Dubs, I definitely got to set my queue up in sleeper next time. I miss Gabe Davis and Gage. Oh, I'm on the clock.
Yeah,
both
I miss
would have been
Gage too.
I'm going to finish this out. True kicker, true
Nice.
defense.
I like that. I need to drop my kicker video soon, man.
Yeah, we need your updated top 5 kickers going into the season.
Baby. Yeah, dude. I've already got some ideas of some stuff that's going to make it into that, man. We had some Nick Cage and we had some cheese that made it into the defense video. So the kicker video, it's going to get frisky for sure. I mean, kickers are very frisky people. So
you should just do your top 32 kickers. You should do
just top 32, rank them all.
Yeah,
okay. Yeah, I will.
I mean, anyone else that has the balls to do that. So.
I should do every week, every single week of the season, rank every kicker.
We probably lose subscribers.
They'd probably be like, what is this channel? What is this channel going this deep onto this? Maybe Pat McAfee would give us a bless up. Maybe he'd be like, I respect the special team support, man.
I've always thought about that. If Pat ever discovers us, he'll know that we are the only channel who loves the kicker position.
Literally the only channel, maybe the only people that love the kickers.
Kickers matter. They do.
Yes, they do.
All right. Wrapping up the 14th round. This draft went by quick, guys. Let's go. All right. I land. Look, I go for upside at kicker and Matt Gay, and I still land my defense. And the Colts. Let's go.
Matt Gay is a beautiful man. He's so good.
He's a beast. Look, I got the Matt Gay and Cooper Kupp stack, you know.
That is a nice stack to have.
Oh gosh. Spencer's in the building.
Spence! Yo, dude, Spence, what's up, my man? How you doing?
Michael says Carlson, Money Mac, Tucker, Bass, Matt Gay, my top 5 this year.
I like that top 5 a lot, honestly.
Yeah. That's pretty hard to argue with, right? Spence, what up? What's good, bro? Just got off work. Let's get it. Easy money. Let's go. All right, so we will finish out another 2022 fantasy football mock draft here at the Catch with our wonderful subscriber base. Look at that, boys and girls. 2 more selections. Put your hands up in the chat. We already got a couple of you guys. And let's get this thing going. All right, Derek, what you got here, man? Burrow and Rodgers, even though Rodgers was an auto pick. Zach Ertz, perfectly fine quarterback room, perfectly fine tight end room. Chase Lamb, Juju Lazard, 4 receivers. He got the stack with Chase. Brees Hall, Mitchell, CH, Robinson, Mack. You got a lot of faith in Brees Hall, which I'm fine with. I like Mitchell at 4.5. And I think in terms of value, you got good enough running backs to finish out the draft. So a little thin at receiver, but I'm sure you're probably going for a receiver at 9.8, right? So, yeah, I don't mind this team. Outside receiver being pretty thin, but, I mean, Chase and Lamb would definitely lead the way for you, right? So I think it's a good team.
I like the team.
J-Dubs, what we got? Hurts at 8.1 is beautiful. And I almost went Hurts at 7.7. If he had fell to 8.6, I would have definitely taken him. I love him at that value. Kyle Pitts at 3.12, also good value. And you got Winston. Can't forget about Jameis. So good quarterback room. Perfectly fine. Tight end 1. Swift, Jones, Akers, Rashad White. I would take that running back room. Why not? I mean, especially if Akers plays well. Got a lot of PPR upside in there, too.
If Akers plays well, that's going to be a game changer, dude.
And with Rashad White, tons of PPR upside, right? St. Brown, Godwin, Cooper, Olave, Tony. I'm good at this receiving room. Chargers defense, Daniel Carlson.
Tony's an interesting one.
Tony's my least favorite, but why not take a dart throw in the 10th round, you know?
Plus, he can rap, so you know that counts for at least like one really good game.
That's true. Yeah, good team, J-Dubs. Chase Brown, what you got? Patty, you're good there. Patty, at tight end, you're good there. Patty to Patty. Yeah, I'm fine with Fearmuth as a tight end 1 if you want to go later on tight end. I think he'll be fine. I don't think he holds a ton of upside, but I think he'll be fine. Mahomes, obviously, you're good there. Mixon, Fournette, Gibson, Ingram, And Gordon, a good running back room, no doubt.
Mm.
Pittman, Mooney, Thielen, Lockett, Moore. I can live with that. A little thin at receiver, but I can live with that. Well, actually, no, I mean, you got 5 receivers. You're good.
I was gonna say I like that receiving core.
I do too.
I'm a little low on Lockett, but outside of that,
Lockett at 9.10, though. It's like, why not?
yeah,
You know?
yeah.
Bucker and the Saints defense. Good team. Good team. Good team. Spence, great team tonight, bro. Love everything you did. Good job, Spencer. We're proud of you. Andrea, Brady. So Andrea lands Brady tonight at 9.2. I mean, great
Okay.
value. Great
Yeah.
value.
Almost at the turn too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Commit as your tight end 1. I'm fine with him full PPR, but just know you're not going to get a lot of upside, in my opinion. CMC, Javonte Walker, Cook, Spiller. Lots of rookies. 4 or 3 rookies.
Yeah.
I like Cook a lot. James Cook is becoming one of my main targets in terms of like an RB4 or 5. I actually really wanted him in the following round or at the turn in the 8th round. So I'm fine with that pick. But 3 rookies, right? I mean, you essentially have 3 committees here. And any of these guys could really pay off, or they could sit on your bench and disappoint you. But I mean, at the same time, if
You got
CMC
CMC.
is healthy and you're going to get what you saw to Javonte last year, I mean, you might get a little bit more this season. So you can definitely get through with both those guys, right? Hill, Metcalf, Thomas, Kirk, Claypool in the 12th is not a bad receiving room at all. If Thomas can play and be healthy, Hill, Metcalf, Thomas, and I think Kirk's going to get a ton of targets. Obviously, they gave him the bag, then you throw a dart at Claypool. It's a good receiving room. Bills defense, first defense off the board, and Nick Folk. It's a good team. All right, so Michael, what we got here, man? What we got at 1.1? So Lamar Jackson and Captain Kirk. I like that. He kind of solidify maybe potential injury to Jackson with Cousins. Fine with that. Schultz is a tight end 1. I'm fine with JT, Monty, Hines, Herbert. Like you said, he accidentally fumbled at a 3rd running back, but you got both handcuffs. You'd be playing waivers for running back early on, no doubt. But Evans, Waddle, Davis, Gage, Duvernay, a good receiving room.
I'm a big fan of Duvernay.
Yeah, he's a great value right now.
Yeah.
100%. Money Mack and the Patriots defense. Good team. No doubt. A little bunny hop. Just Trey Lance, bold.
I love that. Yo, Lil Bunny Hop, you got my full endorsement. I respect that so much, dude.
Bold.
I respect that.
But plenty of fantasy managers are willing to do it. I'm good with it. Darren Waller, perfectly fine there too. This start here, Eckler, Barkley, ET, Dobbins,
That's dirty.
Absolutely filthy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And still good value at receiver. Bateman, Hopkins, Woods, Watson, MVS, and Watkins. I could live with this team. Rams defense and the Bucks, and Brandon McManus at kicker. I could live with this team for sure. Heavy. Only team that went 4 running backs to start. I like this team. J-Dubs, I could have done better, but I'll get used to redraft. Too much underdog on the brain. I feel that, man. I feel that. Derek, we got you, bro. We got you. J-Dubs, thanks for the feedback. Tony's high risk, high reward. No doubt, man.
Very high reward for sure.
Luke, thanks, y'all. What you guys think? What we got here, bro? Herbert and staph infection. Love it. I don't know. Personally, if you draft Herbert, I don't know if you need to even redraft. I don't know if you even need to look at another quarterback for the rest of the year.
Yeah, and I feel like if you're gonna do it too, Stafford wouldn't be the guy for it because it's like
maybe a Trey Lance, right? Or
yeah.
Tua, right?
Yeah, Tua for sure. But no, yeah, I agree with you on that one. Steph probably could have waited on getting another quarterback there.
But at the same time, at the end of the day, it provides nice trade value potentially, right?
Yeah.
But
it's just like, he's going to be stable as hell.
You think about it in a regular season, week after week. Am I going to start Herbert or Stafford? I would say 99% of the time you're going to say Herbert because the upside's too far. But at the same time, whenever Herbert's on bye week, you have Stafford more than likely. I don't know their buys off the top of my head. I don't think they have the same buy, but that'd be my only note in the quarterback room. But at the same time, it's a very good quarterback room. Don't get me wrong. Hawkinson at tight end 1, I'm okay with, but I kind of like getting an anchor with Hawkinson. Whether it's Albert O or Hunter Henry, Noah Fant, just another late name, just because the shoulder injury really scares me. But at the same time, his ADP is, there's Melvin Gordon. His ADP is really falling back.
Dude, I was just gonna comment, bro. Like
Yeah.
he is like really plummeted ADP wise. Like that's really tasty, really tasty. I'm hoping it falls even more prior to August.
Some drafts it has. Some drafts it has.
Like that is really nice, dude. He's a hell of a player, dude.
Yeah. It could really pay off. He scares me slightly. I don't know why.
But dude, tight ends are scary outside the top 5, no matter which way you cut it.
Except for Dawson Knox, but that's
I know. He's a good looking man too. I know what it is.
Let's see here. Cook, Sanders, Patty, and Cheese, McKissick a little thin at running back, going for upside at receiver. Diggs, Brown, Higgins, Wilson, Gallup. I like this receiving room mainly because of Diggs, Brown, and Higgins. I think Wilson could pay off. Gallup, when he comes back healthy, could definitely pay off as well. You'd be relying on Dalvin Cook pretty heavy here, which is okay. And then you're just kind of using, you're not flexing a running back with this team more than likely. And then it's just kind of between Sanders, Patty, and Cheese, and McKissick for your RB2, and you might be looking at waivers as well. But overall, it's still a very good team, no doubt. Upsides at receiver, quarterback, and tight end. It's a little thin at running back, but that's okay. You can still definitely get through playing that way. Younghoe Koo and the Niners defense. It's a good team, man, for sure. All right, Emil, what we got? Rusty Wilson, Dallas Goedert, you're good there. Connor, Jacobs, Carter, Hendo, good value at running back throughout the draft, 100%. Wow, okay. This might be my favorite team. JJ, Mike Williams, Brandon Cooks, Hunter Renfrow, Tim Patrick, AJ Green, Justin Tucker in the Ravens defense. I just really like that receiving room. I think you hit really good value at running back throughout this draft. I like this team quite a bit. Emil, are you a Ravens fan? Just wondering. I like this team a lot. I really do.
That's a solid team.
All right, J-Dub's high on Trey Lance. Little Bunny Hop says, who the F is Jimmy G? Spence, I got an Eckler, Keenan, Michael Williams, Herbert stack, and Puppy last night. The best 4-man stack, undoubtedly.
That is filthy.
I'm trying to land it in one of my slow drafts right now. I've got 3 of the pieces, and I'm very nervous because slow drafts you have hours and hours to wait. But I'm trying to land it too. I agree with you. Best 4 stack possible, and why not go for one of those later round Chargers receivers as well? Spence, I've tried it like 5 times. Finally did it. Let's go. All right, let's see here. Yeah, trying to get Chase, Mixon, Higgins, and Burrow is probably impossible. It's possible, but it's very, very hard. All right, boys and girls, appreciate you guys being there tonight, man. Appreciate everyone hanging out. We're up to 970 tonight. Appreciate all the new subscribers. Appreciate the new members of the Catch fam. Thank you guys so much, man. Very kind of you guys to hit that sub button tonight. So you guys know what to do on the way out, man. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. Check out all the links in the description down below. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Instagram. And be sure to join our Discord. Completely free to do so. Best way to get invites to future mock drafts. And that'll wrap things up for the night. Michael, Andrea, Little Bunny Hop, Albert, Emil, Derek, Luke, Chase Brown, Foster's, J-Dubs. Appreciate you guys drafting with us. Who else we had in here tonight? Spencer.
Oh, man. Got to shout out Spence, man.
Got to shout out Spence.
JMH.
Pray, JMH, Smokey the Cat, Jerry, wherever you are. We talking.
I'm not an amigo, Spence. I'm not an amigo. What is this, man? What is this, Spencer? I'm going to come find you in Milwaukee, man.
Spence coming at Steven per usual. Love to see it. Yeah, another great draft in the books. Andrea, good night. J-Dubs, go run some puppies. Let us know how they turn out, bro. Like I said, tomorrow night we'll be running Underdog drafts. I'm excited, looking forward to it. So for any of you guys who were wanting to draft on Underdog, hit me up on Discord. We'll get it worked out. And Saturday night should be the same deal as well. Spence, have a good night, man. Love you, bro. JMH, peace out.
Night, JMH.
Good night, JMH. Always good to have you in the building, AMH. Yeah. So, Steven, any final notes?
Yeah, man, I was gonna say definitely hit that sub button, that like button, getting very close to 1,000. And if you don't hit that sub button, I will personally come to your house and haunt you, like a ghost. So you don't want that, man. There's cute ghosts, ugly ghosts, and I'm not an attractive one, so you don't want that. So just hit that sub button. Spence knows what it's like to be haunted by me. It's not a good thing.
There you go. There
Yeah.
you go. Spence this dirty away. Yeah, tell your friends, tell your family, send the channel around, and if we can hit 1,000, I don't know if we're gonna do it on the year mark. We're already past the year mark of the creation of the channel, but now I'm going off the year mark of when we gained our first subscriber, which is the 23rd. So I think we're just gonna miss it, but that's okay.
Unless there's like a mass influx.
What happens if I unsub Steven?
What do you say?
Spence coming at you. We need a best ball draft with Steven. Yeah, we should have one.
We could do one. Yeah, let's do
You know,
one.
I need to set up our first slow draft, and it should just be a $5 entry. So
Yeah.
maybe we could get Steven in on that one. I need to get that link set up tonight because you guys have been asking me. Yeah,
Maybe we can do one next week.
that's true. That's true. All right, boys and girls, we'll go ahead and wrap it up for the night. Thank you guys so much, man. Love the community, love the channel, love the Catch fam. Thank you guys so much for hanging out, for talking fantasy, and for drafting with us. And I'll be on tomorrow night. Hit me up on Discord, Twitter, Instagram if you guys need anything in the meantime. And we'll talk to you guys soon. So that'll do it. Love you guys, man. And Steven, do you need to say anything? I don't remember. You already said goodbye, right?
Yeah. I just wanted to get one more dig in at Spence and just say, love you guys all except Spence.
Okay,
Just kidding. Love you too, Spence. Love you guys.
All right, man. That'll do it. Got nothing else to say, but thank you guys so much for watching and or listening. And remember, you guys saw it here on the Catch. And
Peace.
peace.